$5 at www.hackernews.com.
Welcome back to HNNCast, and now for a few quick stories we found on the net this week. The website for the Tax Commission of the state of Oklahoma was recently compromised and reconfigured to spread malware. It is unknown how the intruders got in or how many people may have been infected. A South Korean woman who had been barred from entering Japan has defeated their brand new $64 million fingerprint biometric scanning system. How'd she do it? Special tape on her fingers and a fake passport. Biometrics are obviously not the answer. A server at Humboldt State University was found to have been infected by a login stealing virus, placing the personal information of at least 3,500 people at risk. The Iowa Racing and Gaming Commission says someone gained access to one of their computer servers that holds more than 80,000 records containing casino employee information. Investigators say that the attack at least passed through China if it didn't originate there. If you recently got an email from Twitter encouraging you to change your password, it was probably because you used the same password on a different site. Twitter found that numerous users who had used the same name and password on other sites, usually sites offering torrent files, had their Twitter accounts compromised because they used the same login information. People use different passwords. The U.S. Navy, not to be outdone by the Air Force or the Marines, has announced that it will have its very own Cyber Command. The Naval Cyber Command will be part of the newly reactivated 10th Fleet and headquartered at Fort Meade in Maryland. Of course, the Naval Cyber Command is different and separate from the Naval Network Warfare Command, which is also at Fort Meade. You see how it would be easy to be confused? That's the Navy for you. Stop Badware, an anti-malware project started 4 years ago at Harvard University's Berkman Center for Internet and Society, has broken free and has become a standalone nonprofit corporation. Google, PayPal, and Mozilla each provided some initial funding. Vint Cerf and Esther Dyson will be joining the board. Wow. Be sure to keep a tight watch on your Twitter account password. According to Kaspersky, they have seen Twitter accounts for sale in underground forums for as much as $1,000 and with only 300 or so followers. .con, or 312con, taking place in Chicago this spring at an undisclosed location, has announced their impressive speaker lineup. They are also looking to fill 5 sponsor slots. Security B-Side, San Francisco, taking place alongside RSA next month, has opened the voting for talks. Be sure to cast your vote or don't complain that you didn't learn anything. DEF CON 18 is right around the corner, well, at the end of July, but there's already talk on the DEF CON forums of reviving PokerCon. If you're interested, check out defcon.org. If you haven't been paying attention, SmooCon is this weekend in Washington, D.C., and they plan to have twice as many talks as last year. They also plan to have about 2 feet of snow. Should be fun. Tickets are all sold out, but don't worry. HNN will be there, and we will bring you all the juicy goodness in full-color video in an upcoming episode of Behind the Firewall. Watch for it. And now for this week's Stack of Shame, the list of all known open vulnerabilities as cataloged by the Zero Day Initiative.
Welcome to the real world.
That's it for this week's HNNCast. I've been your host, Space Rogue, and you've been watching the Hacker News Network.
Remember, if you have any news you think we should report, send it to news@hackernews.com. You have been watching HNNCast. This is Space Rogue for the Hacker News Network.
Fun to do bad things.